it sounds to me like he's afraid of Trump doing bad things. And I'm curious, like, I don't know how people get to that place. And so hopefully, I mean, you're an excellent orator, and I want to, so like, could you explain it to me? Like, what do you think that they're afraid Trump is going to do, air quotes?
Oh, it's not just Trump. It's there has been this movement that's been funded, heavily funded by right-wing billionaires for the past couple of decades, to call a constitutional convention,
it's called Congress.
Yeah, and put into the Constitution that corporations are people, to put into the Constitution that bribing politicians is simply free speech.
Oh no, they did that. That's called SCOTUS.
But that doesn't mean it's in the Constitution. Congress can still overrule. Congress can overrule the Supreme Court. Article 3, Section 2. Look it up. And so.
But they can't. They can't argue it on constitutional grounds.
They certainly can,
because it's in the Constitution. So how does the Constitution get amended?
2/3 of the House and Senate and 3/4 of the states have to agree to the amendment, or to a convention.
So one path to having the first path to having an amendment proposed, which is only the first step, is that Congress can propose it, like you said, about 2/3.
Right.
The other way to get something like that
proposed of the states.
Is that the 3/4 of the states apply. Congress says, okay, let's talk about this, and the states talk about it. Anything that comes from that, Congress then sends back to the states, just as if Congress had proposed it, at which point it requires 3/4 of the states to pass. So, like, I'm curious about what fascist tendency they're going to be able to get 3/4 of the states. The state legislatures are the ones that...
More than 3/4 of states have already requested a constitutional amendment or a constitutional convention. And
for different purposes, right.
Exactly.
You know who gets to show up at that convention?
And the conservative law folks are arguing that those assertions are legitimate under Article 5, are legitimate numbers to reach that 34 states threshold, and therefore we can have a constitutional convention right now.
Lustig is a constitutional expert, and he never said that.
Yeah, well, have him talk to these.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not saying constitutional expert. I'm a constitutional expert. I'm literally a national, like, this is the only thing in my life that I can tell you with absolute certainty that I know. And, like, it's not because I think I'm smart. It's because I listen to other people. I disagree with Lustig about some stuff, right? But again, that's my prerogative. I just don't see how you're going to convince, like, I live in Washington State, right? Trump isn't going to move us to do jack or squat. So, like, it's going to take...
A second permission is not, according to these constitutional law guys, a second response is not necessary. Congress can simply do this with a majority vote, not with a 2/3 vote. Jeff, thank you for the call. We'll be right back. It's 22 minutes past the hour. Stay with us.